and welcome to the News Brief, GSN, for Friday, October the 24th. Saying thanks so much for tuning in today. I hope that you're having a great weekend so far. It is World Series time, so I was kind of hoping for the Mariners Brewers, but that didn't happen. We've got the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. So who are people going for this World Series? Ever since the Royals got back into the World Series, it's been, or in the postseason, I just love it. I love postseason baseball. So what is happening here for our parish here? So many things. It's a great time of the year, especially with the weather changing and everything. It's just great. I love this time of the year. You may have noticed sitting in the narthex, our doors, they are the exterior doors. I've gotten so many questions about this. You might recall, but many people don't seem to recall, that we did a little fundraiser last year for our Giving Tuesday last year to replace the doors out in the front entrance of the church. And because they were really falling apart, then we got them painted. That was a temporary solution. And our new doors, thanks to many donations and thanks to the work of Jack Carson for really spearheading this project, the doors are there in the narthex, and they will be up in about 2 weeks. It's taking a while to get all the mechanisms and the installations to make sure that they are properly installed and all that. So that's what those things are. There are the new front doors for the church, for the outside of the church, not inside the narthex area, but the outside there being replaced. We got many comments, especially before we painted them, that they looked really terrible because they've just fallen apart over the years. So that's what's happening there. This weekend, we have our great opportunity for the Jubilee Mass, where you can receive a plenary indulgence by walking through the holy doors, praying for the intentions of the Holy Father. And I think you pray Our Father, a Hail Mary, and a Glory Be. But we'll pray the Rosary at 6 p.m. 6 p.m. Rosary, 7 p.m. Mass. That's this Sunday, Sunday the 26th. I know Sunday evening is not the best time for many families, especially going to KCK at this time of the year. That's the time that could work out with their schedule, with our schedule, that I could be there, that Father Wilson could be there. So that's what we are doing. So 6 p.m. Rosary, 7 p.m. Mass. It'll be just the Mass for the day, so you don't have to go twice. You have basically another option to go to Mass this weekend at the cathedral. It's a beautiful church. If you've never been, it's worth the trip. So come on there. You can get a plenary indulgence, go to confession sometime within the 20 days of that Mass of this Sunday. So lots of flexibility there. So anywhere, I guess, from October the 6th until whatever 20 days plus 26 is. So wonderful opportunity. Thanks, really, Father Wilson. This has been Father Wilson's baby. He's been the one coordinating that and doing all the efforts making this happen. So I'm very grateful to him that we're actually doing something for the Jubilee year. What else is happening? So next weekend, we have our celebration of All Souls Day. We will also have an All Saints Day Mass. That'll be at 9 o'clock. At 9 o'clock a.m. will be a Mass in English. There'll also be a noon Mass in Spanish. And so it's not a holy day of obligation this year, but I still feel an obligation to offer at least one Mass for our folks to celebrate All Saints Day. So that'll be at 9 a.m. on a Saturday. We don't often have a Saturday morning Mass, so here's an opportunity for that. It's too crowded usually with quinceañeras and weddings and baptisms. It's hard to get a daily Mass in for Saturday, but this next Saturday you have the opportunity for All Saints Day. Then All Souls Day at 6 p.m. It is not a Mass, but we have a remembrance of the dead. And you are invited to decorate those bags, those luminaries, with that we will fill with, rice and a candle. And you can write their names on there. It's a beautiful custom that we have here. It's one of my favorite things that we do at Good Shepherd that is unusual to our parish, or is unique to our parish, is that we have this beautiful All Souls service. That'll be 6 p.m., November the 2nd. All are welcome. Bring a bag to decorate if you would like, and you can announce the names of your loved ones who have passed away. The following weekend, so many events are happening. The following weekend, I guess that's the 8th and the 9th, we are bringing back the custom that we have not done since we had COVID, and that is the custom of doing anointing of the sick at the Sunday Masses. So at all the Sunday Masses on the weekend of the 8th and the 9th, we'll be offering the sacrament of anointing. And the sacrament of anointing is for all who are struggling with some sort of serious illness or something that is a life-threatening illness, I suppose, or going in for surgery. That is the idea of the sacrament of the anointing of the sick. It's not just kind of for a general malaise or I want to be healed from temptations or something. That's not really what that sacrament of the sick is for, the sacrament of anointing. It's for those who are seriously ill and in that stage of a life that could really use that grace of the sacraments. The sacrament for those who are struggling against sin and temptation, that's really the sacrament of reconciliation. That's the sacrament that we should be going to, confession. But for those who are experiencing some sort of serious physical illness, be that a disease or preparing for surgery or whatever, that's what the sacrament is for, and we'll be offering that. And we have a great custom here at Good Shepherd, and hopefully it hasn't been so long that people have forgotten how we do it. We will go out into the congregation, and people really come together and hold out hands and kind of spread out and kind of form this web of prayer around the person that's being anointed. It's really beautiful the way that Good Shepherd has done it. I'm glad that we are continuing that. Father Wilson will be there to help me at all of the Masses. So if you have not had a chance to meet Father Wilson yet, he will be there at the Masses. I'm challenging him to say the words of anointing in English, but he might say them in Spanish. But we're going to try to see if he can learn those phrases in English. On that note, in case I did not mention, he was taking classes for English, but that really caused him a huge level of stress, so much to the point that he went to the emergency room. So we have put a stall we are stopping his English classes for right now. He may return to them, but it was really causing an extreme amount of stress. And I just said, hey, just focus in on the Spanish ministry. And so we'll see if he returns to that, but I really need a healthy associate to help me with the ministry here at Good Shepherd, and he's doing an amazing job with the Spanish community. But language learning is hard, and he is 44. He is open about saying how old he is, and the older you get, the harder it is to learn a language. So kudos to him for giving it a good try, but I want him to be healthy and happy and working where he can really feel in his element. So we are putting a hold on his English studies for right now. But he will be at all of the Masses for the 8th and the 9th to help me with the sacrament of the anointing of the sick. Also coming back after a long delay is Share a Little Sugar. So this is a great program, and I think lots of people will be happy to have this back. It's an opportunity to take that extra candy that you might have had. Maybe you had fewer trick-or-treaters than you thought would be coming to your house, and maybe you've got buckets of candy, you don't know what to do with it yet. We have a solution for you. So it's a great program where you will fill up a box with candy. So you grab this orange envelope, you write the name of an address of someone you want to send them to, a box of candy, be that a college student or someone who is in the military or whoever. And it's a chance to share that excess of candy and that sugar with those who are could really use a little pick-me-up. So the candy drop-off is from November 1st to the 9th. And then if you could also contribute $10 to cover the cost of mailing the candy, that is excellent. What a wonderful program that is. It's a chance to give what we have to someone who could really use that. Now, Mother Teresa, I guess, would say give until it hurts instead of just giving from your surplus. But sometimes it's good to give from our surplus as well. When we have extra clothing or extra candy or extra food, give it to those who need it or who could really use a pick-me-up. So Share a Little Sugar is back. The Christmas wreath sales are starting this weekend. So the Cub Scouts will be here taking orders for those Christmas wreaths. That's how I always get my wreath each year, and they're always nice quality wreaths, and I look forward to that. And so I will plan to get my Christmas wreath this year as well. Also, the Chugs collection is chugging right along, so if you could make that donation to that collection as well. I mentioned it in last week's episode, but that is happening. And then also, I forgot to mention on All Souls Day, on November the 2nd, it's also the Oasis, the high school youth program, and they're talking about saints and sinners. What a great theme for that time of All Saints Day and All Souls Day. and how God calls us all to be saints, but we're all on that journey. So that's a lot. Got a lot covered here today, and I think that's pretty much it. I hope that you have a wonderful weekend, and hopefully we'll see you at the Jubilee Mass. Otherwise, we'll see you at some Mass probably this weekend. Have a great one.